Hey party people, it's your girl Melinda Michelle back with the spoiler questions. So this video is going to be answering questions that you guys have from my brother's daughter. Okay. If you have not read My Brother's Daughter, please don't watch this video. Starting now. Why am I really in spiritual warfare for fictional characters? Honestly, my thoughts on that is this. Y'all took my whole soul praying for these characters because what's written is written. It's not going to change the circumstance. However, I sincerely believe that if anybody is out there dealing with anything close to these shenanigans or these shenanigans, that y'all's prayers are not in vain and they are going to those people on behalf of their warfare. So I think God is using y'all to pray for his people through these fictional characters. um, Can the angel of death be my BFF? A couple of y'all had that question. Let me tell y'all something about the angel of death. He's a bad boy. He on some other stuff. Okay, so let's be careful what we ask for. I have asked to meet him. I do want to have an encounter with him. I've had encounters with angels before, demons too, but I really I don't know if I would get to talk to him, but I would really I want to see him. And I want to see him because I want to see him in real life. Like I'm sitting here, I want to see him because I would like to know if that's really what he looks like. Um, but be careful what you ask for because he handles a different type of warfare. So um, I know sometimes we're being funny and we're being amused, but I also tell God, don't let me see him until I'm ready to see him. Because clearly he's on some other stuff. Because if you notice, every time Gray has to deal with him, she's like, she still always like has them like, nah, bro, because you're on some other stuff. Um, so just be mindful of that. Okay, is Samson's role going to be more fleshed out as the patriarch of Niles's line of the family tree? I think it's very interesting that y'all have, formulated stuff that I haven't as the patriarch of Niles's line. That's really interesting. Um, the letter that Etienne sent Nigel at the end of the book was very enlightening about Samson. And he's there to make them a three-string chord. Like those brothers are pretty bad on their own. So I'm very excited to see um, what comes of it. I think it's interesting that Samson's parents are deceased. So, and he only has a sister. So family their family will get integrated into the Lawson line. Like there's no choice. Um, so uh I think it will. I don't know what it is at this point, but I know the Holy Spirit is going to show it to me, as we get there. So that's going to be fun. Um, is it possible to put together a family tree in the back of the book? Yes, I will work on that. I want to find a software or something that makes it so that it makes sense and you can see it. Um, since Nyla is redeemed, will she protect her cousins with the same vengeance that she tried to destroy her uncles? I do believe that Nyla will be a formidable warrior. Although I don't want you guys to expect too much from her too soon. I think her protective nature will definitely be there, and she's not going to play the radio when it comes to her family, her kid, or, Sam or anybody. But this Christian thing is new for her. Like, new. Like, new. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's a big learning curve for her, right? So, she's going to be interesting, but she's not going to be, she's not going to come out the gate saint ready. Like, I don't know. I think she's going to have a lot of stumbles along the way. I'll say it that way. Um, Here's another one. Miss Angela really has passion and a caring heart for Ulysses. With his death prompt her to go for the kill herself with Natasha and says, let me tell y'all something. Why are y'all so violent? Why do y'all want all my characters to have blood on their hands? Like, it's a struggle. Can't you understand that Gray and Neil carry heavy burdens with the choices they had to make? Angela, she already shot a granddaughter, you know what I'm saying? Um, but I don't I don't know that these battles will come to actual death. Um, we'll see. But the four gatekeepers are gonna have to square off with the four witches. I just don't know how that's gonna play out. But Angela will have a vested interest in taking them down spiritually because of her love for Ulysses. Okay, here's another one. Neil's father was able to speak to him. Will Nyla get a visit from her father along with Etienne? You know, I don't know. That would be cool. We've never met Niles. Oh, we did. We did. We met him in Saturday when him and Neil and Gray's daughter came to Gray to warn her about the curse. But that would be fascinating, wouldn't it? Um, I don't know. That's a good one. There will be an encounter with Etienne for Nyla, but I don't think it's what you guys are thinking. So we'll keep that under wraps. Okay. We are aware that Ulysses has family who we know owns the cemetery. Now that he has been killed, will his family now join the war? No, I don't have any intentions of any kind of bringing his family in that regard at this point, because remember, they don't even care for him. Like, he's a functional alcoholic who was laid up in the hospital for a week and nobody came to see him but Angela. So I don't think that his family cares like that. Um, So, as we know, the kids are protected. However, will the twins take Insidious out? I don't know how much longer Insidious. I feel like Insidious is going to be around for a while because he's that crafty. Like, he won't fight. If you notice, like when it was time to fight, he always left because he needed to be there um, to fight another day. So I think that he will strategically get out of the way. Um, but I feel like Insidious is gonna be here for a few, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know that he's gonna be taken out right away, and I don't know who is going to be who's going to be the one to deal with them. So that ought to be interesting. Um, okay, another question. The fourth gatekeeper, will she accept her vision or will she run to the other side? And another one says, I've never known Monet to back down from a fight. Why is she now? Okay, so the joining the other side, no, that's not a thing. That's not even a thing. But Monet backed down because you have to think about who Monet is. And remember, she gave up her power. She gave up all her secrets um, to Charles after that whole debacle in Saturday Showdown. And she never did feel worthy of her role as a Christian. You know, she always stayed in the background. So I think that she's afraid of, I think she's afraid, and I think that she's doubtful of who she is. I don't think that she can see herself the way God sees her because of her past, because of her decisions. And even now, remember, she was saying how she still misses her old life. Like, you know, she was happy to do work for Nigel and Neil because she could live vicariously through them. So I think Monet has a lot of issues. And if you call in Saturday, she is much more vulnerable than she ever allowed us to believe, and that wasn't apparent until Saturday Showdown. So I just think that there's fear there, and I think that she doesn't think that she's worthy. So I think that's why, because Monet has never, if you think about it, all the time now, Monet has been a very crucial part of resources for the characters to do what they've done, but she's never engaged spiritually. I don't believe. I mean, she prays, but not like, she's never been involved in the warfare like that. Like she's been, herself. So she, she provided the plane. She provided, the food and the water and stuff, and to treat the girls after the facility got taken over. And she looked for stuff. She provided money, she provided IDs, she provided escape. But Monet hasn't actually been involved spiritually with much of anything, you know what I mean? So I think it's hard for her to transition to that, like to believe she's worthy of that, or to even believe perhaps she doesn't believe that she's ready for that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm pretty sure the next book will get into it, but I don't think that Angela and Darcy care. She gonna have to get it together, because they be like, "Nah, sis, we need you. Like, stuff is really whack right now." I just realized that all the gatekeepers are women and first lady of some sort. What's the importance of that? So it wasn't until I wrote that chapter that I realized everybody was a first lady. Now, if you think about it, Angela would have been a first lady, but Neville never accepted his assignment. It would be interesting if her new boo is somebody's pastor and she's a first lady too, right? Yeah. Or maybe the lieutenant governor. I don't know who Charles picked. We'll see. But so maybe the first lady thing will go all the way around. Maybe it won't. But the reason they're all women, and I don't remember who said this. I want to say Death or one of the angels made a comment about how the men, maybe it was Walter, how men weren't taking their place. So God was raising up women to do his work. So that's why the gatekeepers are pretty much going to be an ode to some of the fiercest women in the Bible that I just love. Like, I'm a huge fan of Deborah and Jael. Jael is my girl. If y'all don't know about Jael, I need you to go to the book of Judges, and I need you to read, I want to say it's Judges 5, 6, or 7, something like that. It's the battle where, this thing keeps blurring out. It's the battle where Barak and Deborah go to war, and Barak is scared, and Deborah tells him she'll go with him, but a woman's going to get credit for winning. And so Jael is the woman that takes out Cicero, the king, and she busts him in the head with a 10 pin. Like, it's ratchet. Like, it's ratchet. So Jael, and I think I love Abigail. Abigail is fierce. She was Naaman's wife, and she intervened on behalf of King David to stop him from unnecessary bloodshed when her husband was being a butthole, and David was going to just wipe them all out, because he was a drunk, he was arrogant, he was, and she ended up being, when Nabal died, she ended up being one of David's wives. And so but she was wise, she was dope. So I will say I'll probably pay homage to some of the bad girls of the Bible through these gatekeepers, ones who stepped up when men didn't, right? Okay. What's my next question? Is there any anticipation of the angel of death protecting Marcus for anything or anyone? Marcus has 4 angels of his own, so I don't think that would be necessary. I don't know how. I know there's a storyline there for Jessica and Marcus. I'm not really sure exactly what it is and how it plays out, but Marcus does have his own set of 4 warriors, and he's had them since he was a little boy. Remember when he witnessed the murder I think on Saturday he told Jessica about he witnessed a murder, and that's the first time he saw his angels. But when Jessica met Marcus in Watchful Wednesday, she saw his 4 angels, right? So, um, will Eva's girls be a part of the war? I don't know. I don't know if those girls are going to be a part of the war, but they're definitely going to be a part of that core family group. Because you can tell they miss Neil. They're so attached to Neil. They're a little bit older, so I can do more with them. Um, we'll see. Because Eva has to transit. I don't like. I'm praying about like, Lord, how do we get Eva out of hiding? Like, how do we get this child? How do we legitimately get her back into the fold? So we'll see. Um, what is Marcus's spiritual gift? I don't know. Um, I don't know. That has not been given to me yet. I don't know that he has one, or if his role of importance to the war was simply because of whose child that he was. So we'll see. Are the children's gifts going to be activated and utilized in this next one? How would the baby's gifts be used? Hunter and Griffin, their gift is automatic. They're shields, like Neil. Um, so them just being there, their gift is activated. Um, Gideon is a prophet, so she got to get some teeth and start talking first. It's gonna be a while before it's activated. But her brother is there to shield her as she, gets to the point to be, the prophet, the sword and shield. Um, Hope is probably going to very much um, be used. She's a healer. Like, I really, really, really wanted to connect Hope to the girls from the sex trafficking, but that never panned out. So I'm not sure, but Hope will probably come to the forefront. Um, I would have to fast forward the books to bring the children to some type of, age where they're talking in order for us to see that. So I'm not really sure. Um, right now, they're just targets because they're the vulnerable population. Um, what is Khadijah's spiritual gift? I don't know. I don't know if Khadijah has a spiritual gift or if she was just chosen to carry powerful babies. I don't know if she just had a protected womb or what. I think that she's going to be inspired by the way Gray fought for her children, and she's going to have to man up in some areas. Like, I know y'all like really want her to kind of just, like man up, but she's not going to do that in the natural, but she's going to do that. I mean, I'm sure she would, protect her babies no matter what, if they were ever in danger, like from physical harm. But what I mean is, I think she's probably going to step up her game more spiritually, um, to as she understands who her children are, because Gray revealing to how they came into the world and everything that went in place. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gray goes hard for Hunter because she's aware of all that went before them in order to break the curse to get him there. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was a lot of warfare that went up for him. So when Khadijah wraps her mind around that, when she understands that there's a lot of warfare, and then I think with Nyla coming in and with Eva coming in as family, um, and when they discover that they have keys, she's going to understand, like, oh, this is bigger than what I think it is, and I'm going to have to get really serious about this. So I don't know what her spiritual gift is going to be. She's probably going to end up just being an intercessor. No, I didn't mean to say it like that. She's probably going to end up being an intercessor. I can see that. They need a praying mama. Like, they need a praying mama. So she's probably going to end up being an intercessor. Let me see. Okay, I think that is all of my questions. All right. Well, there you go. Wait, let me make sure I got them all. Yep. Wait. Here's another one. How did you sleep knowing all that spiritual warfare was going on for your character? I am totally unbothered. Like, I don't know how else to tell y'all this. My friends, like people who are around me all the time, they'll tell you I am totally unbothered by this stuff, because I experience real life spiritual shenanigans. Like, I woke up and it was a demon standing at the foot of my bed. Like, why are you, sir? Sir, I'm too sleepy. I'm not in the mood for this. Like, I literally rolled over, pulled the covers over my head, and I said, Lord, send your angels, because I was too sleepy to deal with it. Like, I'm not in the mood today. So I sleep great. Uh, I don't stress about what's gonna happen to them. I will say something. It's so if you read the letter at the back of the book, there are some people, some church folk who might have an issue with the way the book turns out. Nyla's redemption is a lot because she was doing the most, right? But one of the things that was fascinating, like I feel like God cares about these characters, or they mirror or parallel real life, and he wants to show how much he cares about these individuals, because when she got shot, um I was finna have Neil and them do some suspect foolishness to kind of get her off, to hide her or whatever. And I actually began to write the chapter. I think I need to find it. I think I wrote it and just I started writing it. I'm gonna go look and see if I wrote it, and I posted it in the group. But I started writing it, and I was like, um, the Holy Spirit was like, no, like no, and he was like, call the police. And if I call the police, she gonna go to jail. Like, call the police. So this is one thing I was stressed about. Like I was stressed about. I didn't lose sleep, but I was stressed about because, like, if I call the police, she's gonna go to jail. And he was like, trust me. Okay, they're fictional, but okay. So she called 911. And that's when he gave me the revelation of Samson and what Samson had going on, and this, that, and the other. And so I was like, oh, snap. Well, let me mind my own business. You know what I'm saying? The battle is not mine, it is the Lord's. So I don't lose sleep because I know God is even gonna take care of these characters. And if God can make a way for these characters, oh hallelujah, Lord, thank you, because I need that. If He can make a way for these characters, He can make a way for me, you, and anybody else. So there you have it. If you guys have any more questions, post them in the group, and maybe I'll do another video. Otherwise, maybe we'll just continue the shenanigans in the group. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for your support. And I have already started writing the next book. So yay.